Hello everyone, Pretender Prowl is back with another impromptu video on the Mega Construx Masters Universe line. As stated in my previous video, I didn't know which order to... These things don't really have an order, so I put them in order based on piece count. 76, 77, 78. 76 is done. We are moving on to 77, which is the Fisto Cliff Climber. And this is the, of all the skulls, I like this one the best. That's the one that glue in the dark. So, pretty awesome there. Got those ruby red eyes. Let's move on to this one. Oh, and then we got pieces flying out of here. Nice. See. This set has 4 bags. Trapjaw had 3 bags. This one has 4. But the 4th bag is really just the pulley for the cliff climber. I think I'll actually open that one first just to get out of the way. First bag is Fisto. And there we have Fisto assembled. Nice figure. Of course, Fisto was always a nice figure all around. I think every version of Fisto that was released was pretty awesome. The other one that was released earlier, late last year, I should say, with the what was that? It was Stinkor, Battleground, Evil Lyn from the 2000X series. Tila with the snake armor, and Battle Armor Faker was that line. Now, quick comparison, you can already tell. The hair color is different. Weird. With me, I'm into customization. I'm trying to do different versions of different characters. As you saw in my previous video, I did a custom of Trapjaw. I've done other customs. I'm thinking about doing a showcase of them sometime. I just want to get a few more of them done. I may have to research the comic a little bit more. I may have to... but I'm pretty sure in the show he was a redhead. So in the Filmation show, and I believe in the action figure itself, it was the reddish hair, so it's definitely this one. So to make a more... authentic, accurate, custom Fisto, I may take the armor off of this one and put it on him. You really can't tell with the light, especially with my shadows, because I got bad lighting. It's hard to tell on camera, but the gray, the metal of the fist does look like it's a darker shade on the first version than it is on the second. So I might keep the second one's fist and the first one's armor. You know, I may mix them up and do kind of like a mixed custom kind of thing. Or I might leave this one alone for collection purposes and then buy another one and customize this one. Because I'm thinking about putting somebody else in the climber armor. I'm thinking Man at Arms because of the color of the harness here. I think Man at Arms might look better in the climber, but not 100% sure. Just rambling. I don't want to rant too much or Skeletor will come back and start yelling at me. Normally, I don't examine a set, like I don't put it together while I'm on camera. And I'm not going to do so this time, but I do want to make a note. Like I said before, in my previous video for Trapjaw, the chances of me finding these sets in stores, like all together, were pretty remote at this point, in my opinion. So I just got them all from a guy on eBay and said the heck with it. But I have to admit, if I stumble across this Fisto set in a store, I might buy a second one just for the parts because there are a lot of poles and grips and multi-spotted connector pieces. There's another mace in there. This mace is going to come in handy because my Moss Man that came with the Prince Adam series, I lost the mace for him, so that mace will replace the one I lost. Yeah, there are a lot of good little pieces to do other things with, or to upgrade other vehicles and accessories for the Masters. The window for the climber, I believe, is the same as I believe that's the Mongoose from the Halo series. If that is the case, I know that these windshields come in different colors. I think there's like a golden one and there's like a darkish one. I might switch, if that's the case, I might switch that out, because this clearish one, I mean, it's sort of like a smoke color, but like a light smoke. And it doesn't really hide these two peg holes here for the connector that well. I think the other color might work better. Just a construction note. Yeah, so far it is two pieces that come together to make the illusion that it is one whole thing.
Power extreme.
Retro. Okay, guys, this is why I like watching reviews before I build the stuff. This little swirl piece here, I thought was supposed to be on the climber suit, because in the manual, to me, it looked like it was the light gray piece that goes there. Well, it's dark over here, but then it's light gray over here. It's also light gray in the picture. So obviously I thought they'd use the light gray piece. But then later on, when I'm assembling this hand drill weapon, I noticed that the light gray piece goes here. So just another construction note. Okay, guys, I think overall it took about 10 minutes. A lot of little itty-bitty pieces you got to make sure line up and look right and all this other stuff. Looks like the Skeletor head is designed to be a mountain to climb with an orb on top. We'll get to the... Well, let's get to the orb now. The orb can actually be displayed two different ways. It can be displayed on top of this orb holder, like if it's a candle, there's the candle holder. Or you can take this piece off, and you take the top half of the orb that you grabbed from the top of the head, and you put it on this extra smaller piece. You stick this little small connector piece in there. It looks like a Jake Rockwell, Fisto, grabbed the orb from the top of the skull head mountain. You're supposed to put the clear pieces back on top of there and make it look like it's in the holder, but I just stuck the pole as it is, and kind of looks like the orb's floating in the bowl. It's a little wibbly wobbly, this whole thing. Climber claws look neat. They actually help him stand up better rather than me putting him on the stand. And speaking of the stand, originally I was going to do the mace to replace the one I lost for Moss Man, but it comes with a gray handle, which kind of stinks. I see this one here. This also came with it as an extra piece. Maybe I forgot something in the construction somewhere. But as you can see, it doesn't match with this at all. I'm thinking this is an extra piece lost in assembly. This rack's definitely getting taken apart and using it for something else. You get the scythe, or the axe, that is, I believe this came with Grayskull. It came with the He-Man Beastman battle pack. You also get a silver version of the sword that came with the Beastman He-Man 2-pack. In the Beastman Beastman He-Man 2-pack, this had a black handle. So you don't get a duplicate sword for Fisto. You don't get that sword that looks the same as the one that Triclops uses. Again, I still don't have that figure, and that's kind of sort of the effect. I tried to wind this up a little bit so it looks like he's going halfway up the head, but I just can't seem to give the effect that the manual gives. And also the hood is a really soft vinyl type feel, and it's really slipping on the foot. So it's supposed to look like he's making progress, but mine is just simply not. As far as the set goes, it's a hit or miss. I think I like it more the fact of the potential it has of using the extra parts for other things rather than what it is. But maybe I might do some more research on the actual cliff climber itself, the vintage one. I could customize this to look a little bit more beefier, more detailed, or sticker it. I might try to do some components here. Maybe a couple flat pieces or some light transparent pieces to make it look like it's like a machine going on back there, or maybe like a computer panel piece. I hate to borrow from Lego. I'm trying to keep things Mega Construx to stick with the theme, but in a couple of customs I have had to do Lego pieces just to make ends meet. But as far as like I said, all the skull head sets, they're designed, in my opinion, for Castle Grayskull to make Castle Grayskull look better. This is how I intended to display my cliff climber as an accessory for Castle Grayskull. I plan on having somebody scaling the side of Grayskull, probably on the other side as you open it up, but for now I'm going to keep them like that. If I put the drill in the hand, if it's for the good guys, the drill may be used for maintenance on the castle. Or I may change the drill bit if I don't glue it together into a scanner. And it could look like a master is using a piece of equipment to scan weak spots in the castle structure to make repairs or to fortify the castle, the stone of it. Couple ideas for the customization. A small bonus I would like to add to this video is my custom Mega Construx Orko. This is made from the Orko from the Multussel line, released by Super 7. And of course the Multussel figures were Super 7's homage to the original American Muscle figures, which were re-releases of the Japanese Kinnikuman line. The original series of Multussel figures were all in the salmon pink color, like the original Muscle Men. But then later on, they started releasing some exclusive sets that came in other colors. This version of Orko that I found was all in the light blue color, which of course is the color of Orko's skin. So all I had to do was buy the figure. I paid about $10 for it. Don't know which set it's from. Anyway, I got the figure, painted the robe on him using tester's paint. I used acrylic to paint the mask over his face, and then just did a few touch-ups with other paints. Then I took a transparent version of one of these pieces, which is sort of just your flat finished brick, but it's round. And I glued it on to the bottom of the figure. By doing this, it gives him a floating effect, and it also allows him to peg on to the playsets for display and play. Well, I believe that's going to wrap things up for the review of the Mega Construx Fisto Cliff Climber, which is part 2 of the Skeletor Head series. Part 1 is already out there. It's actually on there twice. First time it was loaded up, there was a screen issue. I've since re-uploaded it. Part 3 is on its way. It should be definitely out within the next day or so. And with that, all I can say is take care, guys, and be safe out there.